So my buddy here, Steve Bertoni, might have the most interesting job here at Forbes. The guy went undercover at a really high-end club in Las Vegas as a busboy. He's played poker on yachts with billionaires. He's played golf at the most exclusive clubs in the United States. Yeah. And now he tells me he's just back from tagging sharks. What does that mean?
It's a tough gig, man. It's been a tough gig lately. I was on this great thing called Summit Series. It was kind of like a Davos for Generation Y, and they had it on a cruise ship. And part of the activities were they went shark tagging. They sent out 2 boats with 25 people each, and we were with the University of Miami.
So this was in Miami?
This is outside of Miami. This is in the Bahamas. But Dr. Neil Hammerschlag the Hammer. We just call him Dr. Hammer of University of Miami runs these shark tagging trips. And what you do is you catch tiger sharks, hammerhead sharks, reef sharks, and you pull them on the boat, and they do biopsies, they take blood, and they put these radio monitors on there so they can follow the shark and kind of see where it's going, where it feeds, where it has babies, to maybe find out, if they're going to protect certain parts of the water, what are the good parts that are important for the shark. And they're in trouble all over the world. They think that every day more than 200,000 sharks are killed, mostly for their fins. It's a big thing in Asia, shark fin soup. It kind of shows that you're rich and powerful, although the fins don't have any taste. But a lot of places in the world, they cut the fins off while the shark's still alive and just dump them in the water. It's illegal in the U.S., but it happens other places.
How are they catching them? How are they getting them to the place where you were?
Well, when we were out there, it was for the Summit Series, so they wanted a big show. Yep. So what they did were they were out there at probably 4 in the morning, chumming the waters. And what they have is stationary hooks, like floating hooks, and they're round hooks. Not the normal hook is a J hook. Yeah, circle hook. So it doesn't kind of get caught in their guts. It just hooks their lip, and so not much damage done. So they have them on these hooks, and they go around, they know the locations, and then they rail them in, and they have kind of like a shark gurney, if you will, and they pull the shark up, and then people on the team like straddle the shark, and they take this big kind of PVC pipe hose that it's always pushing fresh oxygenated water on their lungs so they can breathe, they're fine, don't have to move. And also it kind of calms them down. So once you get that big pipe down there in their stomachs and on their gills, they kind of chill out, which is good when you have a 500-pound tiger shark.
And so you actually handled this shark?
Yeah, I handled the shark.
The skin feels very
It was very sandpapery.
Did you get cut? Did you get
I was okay, but a lot of people, their job was to straddle the shark, and when they got off the shark, they had all rug burns, or I guess shark burns, all over their legs.
Sounds brutal. So then they tag the sharks and then release them immediately, or?
Yeah, and they have, as soon as they catch them, as soon as the shark takes the bait, there's like a timer on like that hook mount, so they know how long the shark's been attached to the hook, right. And they pull them up on board, and they're keeping a stopwatch on how long they're on board to kind of measure their stress levels, and they try to get a shark up and down in 3 minutes, which is pretty good. Sharks were cool, but what was also really impressive was not only the sharks, but with the Summit Series, the 25 people on the boat were pretty amazing. And I'm going to drop, just to do some name dropping.
Let's do it.
You had Forbes billionaire Peter Thiel, who was a big Facebook investor. He was just on the cover of Thiel, just on the cover of the Forbes recently. You had actress Kristen Bell from from Forgetting Sarah Marshall and those kind of movies. Mm-hmm. You had David Blumberg, big venture capitalist out in San Francisco. You had Blake Mycoskie from Tom's Shoes, and just all these other incredible people. So the sharks are one thing, but then to be doing it with all these entrepreneurs, innovators, and philanthropists was just, you kind of have to look around and kind of realize, take it all in and what you're actually doing. And then what was really cool is with the sharks and the people was afterwards we let the last shark go, and then about a minute later, everyone decided to jump overboard into the water, treading water and stuff. Bathing suits, jumping in the kind of the chummed shark water, if you will.
The most interesting man at Forbes right here, busboy, poker player, golfer, shark tagger, Steve Bertoni.
Thank you, Monty. Appreciate it.